here at Walmart. I've got laundry going in the laundromat over there. Filming this one in 4K. Gonna go see what I can find while my clothes are in the washer. I've been wanting to do one of these real-time routes so I can compare it to what I did on the motorcycle. I should be just about the same, unless of course I start finding stuff in every dumpster that makes me stop, which isn't a bad thing, but it's an interesting little power brick deal there. Don't see many like that. Have to check that one out. I usually just scrap those things because I don't have a way to test them. They probably work, but you know. I'm not a big fan of putting stuff on eBay that I can't either say I know for sure it works, or just flat out say for parts or repair. And I can't say that stuff works. And if I say parts or repair, no one's gonna buy something like that for parts, so. Nothing wrong with scrapping it. No further work and it's cash. Now, some parts I'm gonna actually be quicker on a bicycle than I would be on a motorcycle. You know, when you're in a dense area of dumpsters, a bicycle is actually the same, or it can be a little quicker. But that's when you gotta travel back to another route, to another area that's a mile or two away. That's when having a motor comes in handy. What do we got here? Hey, that's a nice little pump, really. What's it missing? That's not missing anything. Take that bad boy. Here's what I stopped for. I didn't even see that pump. That was a bonus. I stopped for all that metal right there, the speaker. All that metal stuck to the magnet. Little bike seat, not bad. Scrap metal. Not a bad table, really. You can take those handles off right there. They're cast aluminum. I'm not gonna mess with this now. Hey, look at that. Nice. Hey, look at that. This works too. Oh, I need to find a power adapter. Hey, that's a nice little drill. That's small enough I could carry that on my bicycle. Let me get some power adapter action for that. Alright, turned into a good dumpster all of a sudden. More little speakers. If you ever want to get a decent magnet, they're pretty good magnets. They're not super strong, but they're definitely magnets. Now I'm chasing that power adapter because I like that drill. It's probably not in here. See, when I grab these bags, I always grab them with like the sides of my fingers or the pads of your fingers. You don't ever want to get your tips down in there because they'll rip. See how I'm grabbing that right there? You don't want to stick your fingers in them bags unless you like slime. Oh, I see it. Hopefully it's a common power adapter. Shouldn't be too hard to find one for that. That's a handy little drill. You know, see, it's got the internal rechargeable battery. So I just need a cord. And it looks like it's a pretty basic size, so I should be able to do something with that. That's a lightweight little drill too. That's not good. That's not good at all. Look at that. That's not good. Matter of fact, that's bad. And that wasn't the owner breaking in there because he lost his keys. He'd have closed his door if that was the case. Huh. Looked like somebody that knew what they were doing. See how that window wasn't shattered, it's just a hole. Or they just got lucky. Like a professional could just pop them windows with like a piece of duct tape and won't make a sound. Little shower rack, it looks like in there. I'm not gonna get that. Little metal one, might weigh a pound. It's all empty boxes, garbage. There's something else I could never do on my motorcycle. Plastic. Those window blinds are all plastic. See, so obviously riding a bicycle has its advantages. So, looks like the truck came this morning to this place. But that's all right though. It's about 3 p.m. so it's been plenty of time for people to throw stuff in there. It's actually a really chilly day out here. Maybe 60 degrees. Late May. Going over there now. Too bad there's not a gate. That one's stinky. if the lighting and the camera angle change a little bit sometimes when I'm at them dumpsters, just because I still don't trust this camera. Even though it's never failed, I just want to make sure it's on. And also I noticed that it seems like shorter clips, it's easier for either YouTube or my computer to upload. Well, that's an aluminum door. I have to snatch that up real quick. I don't want to go away empty. Of course, that drill already made my day. I'll show you how I do these windows. I guess I don't actually need those snips. Grabbing those out of habit. Screwdriver. And I do these inside the dumpster in case they break. See, that one's already been broke, so it's gonna be real slick cleaning that one up. But see, they just got these screws on them like this, and it's really, well, that one's rusted on there. As long as you can just get one of them to turn, usually in business. Well, let's try the top of the door where the water hasn't got to it. Well, shoot. Yeah, I guess the humidity got to them all. I should be able to get some pressure on this dude now. Oh, turn. Well, shoot. Oh, you're kidding. There it goes. Oh, it's really in there good. There we go. Now we're in business. That took way too much effort. Alright, so you get that one screw out. That's really all we need. See how it just starts, that whole frame will come off there now. Just because I got that one screw wiggled loose. See how slick that is? It just comes right off. Hopefully I don't break the glass. There we go, done deal. What do you think about that? And then I do these in the dumpster too, because this little glass is gonna come flying out of here. See, I just took my sunglasses off too because they were steaming up because it's a little chilly out here. That glass just came hit me right in the eyeball. See, I always want to wear these. Alright. Enough fun. Just break them in half. Make it a lot easier to carry. Don't get hooked on tree branches and all that jazz. Or cars. Or dumpsters. Alright. Now we're cooking. Frying pan action. Looks like aluminum. It's got some grease in it. Oh, look at that big case of bananas. Look at that. There's some food waste for you. Make sure it's aluminum. Yes. Sometimes when they're dirty, it's hard telling. So it's got the oil in it, so I'm gonna trap it against the side like that. Looks like another case of produce in there too. What's that, I wonder? Oh, whole another case of bananas. Check that out. Heavy too. There's probably 100 pounds of bananas sitting there. Close to it anyway. Alright, I'm gonna head back and get my laundry. Well, actually I'm gonna throw my laundry in a dryer. And after I do that, I'll show you the last half of this route. Alright, let's look at the second half of this route. A bunch of garbage. And the last half of this route is working myself that way back towards where I live. Oh, look at that. Ah, look at that. Garbage truck right there. Emptying the dumpsters. Seems like he's out pretty late. Huh. I'll have to go over there and look, see exactly what it's doing. I don't know what he was doing, going in reverse down that street. Actually, you know what? I think that was a residential truck picking up little cans. Dumpster trucks shouldn't be out this late in the day. Typically. Alright, that's Walmart. And this dumpster here is for the street sweeper truck, parking lot cleaner truck. And if you really wanted to, most Walmarts probably have something like this. There'll be smashed up cans and stuff in there. And who knows what you might find, but it's typically just dirt and smashed cans. I'm sure those guys are well on the lookout for money and stuff, you know, floating around out in the parking lot of Walmart. So it's probably a rarity that there'd ever be any bills or anything in there, but you know, who knows what could be in there. You know, there could be rings and jewelry and whatever might fall onto the parking lot, you know. So if you ever want to just go do something someday, maybe make a video out of it, who knows what you might find in there. There's gonna be a lot of real fine dirt and sand and dust and there's that truck. He drove all the way down that street backwards. He is picking up the little cans though. Oh, that's because I'm not sure why he did that. Maybe it's a dead end street. That's probably what it is. Yes, that explains it. Mystery solved. Truck shop. Truck accessory shop where I found those used pickup bed tonneau covers. I figured out why where I live there's no or not much trash picking on the curb next to the streets. It's because they're not allowed to put stuff out here except for each homeowner, each property gets to do it once a year. And it's just at random times whenever they want to do it. They'll just call or whatever and say they got a load. So, you know, I don't know if that information is totally accurate, but it does fit with what I see, which is very little. Have a look at this big dog. Same thing as last time, except for more of it. I didn't climb that ladder for nothing. There's employees walking around in the bank parking lot, so I'm not gonna mess with their garbage. But we got a bag of cement still there. That's the one I found out in the parking lot. I set it up there on the curb. That's probably good value to the right person. 94 pounds of cement mix. Been laying there for a couple weeks at least. Yeah, I thought it might belong to that bank construction, but the way it was laying in the parking lot driveway area makes me think it might have fell off the back of somebody's truck that was doing banking there or something, maybe, or just cutting through. Because if that belonged to the construction guys, they would have snatched it up by now. Unless they're just not seeing it. Unless they're just thinking that's an empty box laying there. This is that dumpster where I found the copper water fountain. I'll put that video right up here if you want to check that out. It's not a bad little deal. My copper all over video I made way back when I first started making videos. Electrician shop right there. They actually throw away quite a few bits, skibble scabble parts and stuff. Actually pretty valuable. Like there's a little bit right there. That's what we want too. Oh, look at that. So this is what these cases usually look like. Almost empty. There's more in there than I thought. Should be about out. Come on, there you go. That's not bad. And actually I found a scrapyard that'll give me 75 cents a pound for this category 5 stuff. And that's news to me. They told me, and I don't know if it's true or not, but they told me there's something else in there besides the copper that the recyclers want, that the mills want. Then again, that's just secondhand information, so I don't know if it's true or not, but they do give me 75 cents a pound for it, so something's going on. This is what I saw when I pulled up right here. Oh, it's heavy too. Good deal. I bet it's got motors in it. What do you think? What do you think? Nope. Sorry though. I'll take it. That's more category 5. Mixed in with some high quality #2 insulated, the green stuff. And I could probably get 60 to 75 cents a pound for that. And I got a comment on my last video about wanting more prices and stuff and what stuff's worth. So that right there is all together. It'll be 60 to 75 cents a pound. And that roll right there is 5, 6, 7 pounds, 6 pounds. All that right there is probably 7 to 8 pounds times, you know, whatever you'd get for it at your scrapyard. And then these are just little pieces of short steel, and I don't want to smash my camera bag, so that's good that we got enough stuff to have to start moving that around. And I'm going to put this heavy steel down here in the center. So that's all good. All right, now we're cooking again. Those mattresses are taking up about 50%, 60, 70% of the dumpster. And it's just a bunch of garbage on top with a nice looking headboard. Once upon a time. That's actually in nice condition still, probably. It'd probably clean up real nice. Not by me though. Oh, hey, I can't forget our customary penny. What do you think? I spent $36 an hour picking that up. Unfortunately, it only lasted for 1 second. Aluminum pipe still sitting there. It's about 20 feet long, 15 feet anyway, 12 feet. Now that I can see it. Let's just sit there for a couple more weeks and I'll have it. It appears to be discarded and just too long to sit next to the dumpster. And my clothes dryer still has, the laundromat still got probably 10-15 minutes left on the drying cycle. I put 35 minutes worth of quarters in it. So every bit of what you've seen me do so far in this video has been done while I'm at the laundromat doing my laundry. So throw that into the equation and you can see that what I'm doing is pretty efficient. For those of you that have ever sat at a laundromat and watched your clothes spin, which is all of us probably. I know the audio on this GoPro I'm wearing is pretty darn good, so I should probably try not to breathe too loud going up those little hills. And those two last dumpsters were just small office building dumpsters, and like one belongs to a daycare. So they're pretty much dead, but have a look in them. This ought to be fun. Wish me luck. Big bumps over here too, that's no good. That gets your heart going. Whew. Not a bad ride. What do you think? Suppose I better not show my combination. Haha. Now, see, I don't have my second tote in there. So I filled it up back up at my apartment. But see, I got all this stuff piled up at the front of my storage unit, and I got stacks of those totes right there, and more back there, and all kinds of room back there I'm not even using. So I need to get that taken care of. Found this little weight bar the other day. Actually, I found that on the curb. Big pile of junk on the curb. Those weights are pretty much worthless, but oh, that one's definitely worthless. It's broke. I see, like these weights, they're to a scrapper. They're garbage. They're just sand, concrete, cheap, super cheap concrete. But that curl bar itself is valuable. You could take that to like a Play It Again Sports, or they buy that used sporting equipment and they'll snatch that up from you. I could just put a second tote in here, and, you know, just lift everything out, but I kind of like the 4 less pounds that I have to drag around, so it's worth a couple minutes just to pull it out of there, be done with it. See, I just don't ever I use my paper towel box to ship a pair of shoes, so I just scattered, and I have to get this place taken care of here pretty soon. What I'll do is, I got scrap computers. I got another stack over there and another stack up at my apartment, and totes full of circuit boards back there. And I'm about to make a circuit board shipment video, so at that time is probably when I'll clean all this junk out. That's not as bad as it looks. If I was using the back 60% of this unit, it'd be just totally nice and clean up here. So. Alright, it's time to go get the laundry. I had to go ahead and make it an official Walmart route. And I got some veggie dogs, some spicy jalapeno bean and cheese chimichangas, some algae wafers for my bottom feeders in my tank. We got the hot dog buns. We got the onion for the hot dogs. At home, we've got hot dog chili sauce waiting. Ta-da! Look at that. One little clip. That's already been going for 20 minutes. Let's upload them to YouTube. Hi, Via. Paper towels because I have cats. I don't have to say anything more about that. And 2 things of Mountain Dew. So that'll do it. Now it's an official Walmart route. There it is. Load of laundry, my Walmart score. Walmart food. Ready to roll. Sit.